Hello, Big Bear. Welcome to Voices of the Valley. I'm your host, Nancy Kennedy. And today, as I am in about the middle of my 20th year with this show, I have one of the most extraordinary voices that this whole mountain, this whole valley has ever heard of. And it's quite an honor to have this voice today. And as I tell you people, if you don't know this voice, then pack up and leave, because this voice that you're going to hear, that I'm going to interview today, has been here forever. I've been here a little forever-ish after this voice, but this voice, oh, I'm just so thrilled to have him today. I'd like you all to welcome with me Mr. Ron Seymour. Welcome, Ron.
Well, thank you, Nancy. I don't know about the voice, though. Have to get it down a little lower.
Are you doing all right with that camera? We have us...
we have a novice cameraman today.
A novice cameraman today, so if we suddenly go off in the air, you'll say, oh, well, not them, it's him.
Sure.
Ron, I have wanted to do this for so long.
Thank you.
I've done it once before, years ago.
Yes, years ago.
This is my 20th year. Do you believe that?
I know it.
And I'm
time
so
flies
young.
when you're having fun.
I know, but I am so young to do this.
This is my 14th year.
Well, yeah, but now we started off, this show started off with the title of Seniors on the Go with the late Frank Maggio. Remember that?
That's right.
And then when he interviewed me one day, he said he was looking for somebody. I said I'd give it a try. So here I am 20 years later. I'm still trying. At any rate, please tell the people about Ron Seymour. I know you're a Californian.
Yes.
Okay, go
Southern California. That's
Okay.
why I have a southern accent.
Me too, y'all.
Because I was born in San Bernardino, California, right at the bottom of the mountain.
Really? Right down by Highland?
Yep, San Bernardino, right by the Santa Fe Railroad tracks.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
That was really neat. Right, just down a couple of doors from our home was the Fleischmann's Yeast Distributing Company.
Is that right?
And so I used to like to make money by going out in their dumpster, picking up all of the yeast and taking it around, selling it for half price.
Why did they throw it away?
Because it was rotten, it was moldy, and I was selling moldy yeast.
But they were buying it, weren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Well, good, that's all right. They're all probably still alive.
Yeah, right. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. Went through schools in San Bernardino, the elementary school, Washington Elementary. It's no longer there. And Sturgis Junior High School. And the school's not there, but the auditorium is.
Oh.
It's a fine arts auditorium today. And then I went to San Bernardino High School. And right next door is the original McDonald's drive-in.
The first one.
First one.
Is it
the
still
McDonough
there?
Brothers.
It's still there?
No, they tore it down. That was so stupid.
I don't like when they tear down landmarks. I think that is so sick. But what are we going to do?
Yeah, they have a pedestal there with a plaque on it.
Oh, how nice.
Site of the original McDonald's. But anyway, it was really neat because we had open campuses then. I mean, we could go walk off. Today, pretty much they have closed campuses. You can't get off.
How much was a hamburger? Probably a nickel.
I would always get a cheeseburger, a bag of fries, and a malt for 35 cents.
No wonder they tore it down.
That's right.
Are we doing all right there?
You're doing sure, we're doing just fine. And anyway, so then I went to school there, graduated from San Bernardino High School, and that was during the war. Ooh, gosh, that long ago. When I say the war, World War II.
Well, it's only 70 years ago.
I know it. Oh, man. I'm not any older. Don't ever get it.
I'm not old.
I tell my kids they got to catch up with me.
That's
I'm never going to get old.
That's about it.
But anyway...
you graduated, did you go to college?
San Bernardino Valley College to start off with. Then I went down to San Diego State College. Graduated from there in personnel management and business. And went to work in San Diego for a theatrical agent.
Oh,
I booked acts at military bases. during that time, the NCO clubs and officers clubs had lots of money to entertain the members.
Yeah.
So I would book a lot of them. I booked, one of my favorites was the Will Maston Trio. They were all vaudeville type acts.
That far back.
So I booked the Will Maston Trio, and of course it was always billed as Sammy Davis Jr. featuring the Will Maston Trio.
Oh my heavens!
So I booked him a lot. He was so talented and just a super guy.
Is that where you met that girl Conchita or whatever her name was? Remember?
No, the Hawaiian, Hilo Hattie.
No, yeah, well, I know her. I grew up with her, but
Yeah.
the gal that turned out to be,
Oh, I see. Miss San Diego.
Oh, that's what she was.
Sure.
Her name was what?
Her name was Rocky Tejada.
Yeah, it still
and
is.
she was Miss San Diego. And I was manager of the San Diego Junior Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
And one of my jobs, in addition to coordinating all of the events they sponsored, was to escort Miss San Diego to all the events.
Oh, that must have been hard, huh?
Walk into a room, and I tell you, all eyes would go on Rocky. It was she was just gorgeous.
Well, she still
the
is.
Spanish look,
she still is.
Tejada was Spanish.
Right.
And then after she finished her reign as Miss San Diego, she went to Hollywood and changed her name to Raquel Welch.
How about that, folks?
How about that?
Raquel Welch's, what? Partner?
Yeah, I don't know.
Escort?
But I was her escort to all the events for a year.
I'll be darned.
And she was really a very sweet lady.
I understand from people that know her, like my friend Dee Dee.
Uh-huh.
She said that she is a very everyday person.
She is.
I believe that.
Just like an old shoe, You've known her for years.
Right.
But she was really, really neat. And I really enjoyed it. My wife was highly jealous because I was married then. Every time, because I didn't take her, I just picked up Rocky and took her to these events. But it was neat. So anyway, it was good. And so anyway, my days in Southern California, it seems like I haven't traveled anywhere. Once to Southern California.
You haven't traveled?
Very little.
Really?
I've been to Fonskin a few times.
Oh my heavens! Did you let people know you were going?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I had to have a passport to get over there
in
those days.
Europe or Orient? Or,
Sure.
You haven't gone there?
No.
You haven't?
No, I haven't been hardly in California. I just feel like I'm always.
Europe or Orient? Or,
Sure.
You haven't gone there?
No.
You haven't?
No, I haven't been hardly in California. And since I've been in Big Bear Valley for over 30 years, I just feel like I'm always on a vacation.
30 years, Ron.
I got here, came back in 1980.
Your parents bought here in the 20s.
Yes, my dad was on the crew that brought the first telephone lines to Big Bear
That was in
Valley
the
in
20s.
about 1927, 28, around there. And that's before they had the road over the dam.
Oh, yeah.
And so they had to bring the telephone lines. They came through Lake Arrowhead, through Green Valley, and over the top.
Turn it up. How do you turn that up?
John will figure that out.
Okay, John, just drop it on the floor a couple of times. Okay, and so your dad had to come through Green Valley?
Come through Green Valley, then they had to come through Fonskin and around the lake.
Oh, for heaven's
And they
sake.
would end up at a little house behind the village trading post in the village. That was the original telephone office.
Right.
And that's where you used to crank the phone.
I have one in my front room.
You still do?
I do. And
you
it works.
use it?
It works, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's cool. Anyway, I've been in Chamber of Commerce work.
Now, you made the big move permanently to Big Bear when?
1980.
I thought it was long earlier than that, later than that.
No, actually,
You
late
were here?
79, around in there. However, I owned the what is now Bee's Backyard.
Yes, Stillwell's.
I owned that. It was Stillwell's
right.
Sky Room in the 50s. And that's when the pool was open. There's a
Right.
huge pool behind the restaurant there. It's filled with dirt now.
Yeah.
But
That's right.
we used to have a lot of entertainment. I had Hilo Hattie there, Hawaiian luau's, and we had the best time.
Yeah, because we bought here in 58. I've been here since
Oh
58.
yeah, longer than me, full
Yeah.
time. Well, my parents bought our first home here in 1929 when I was 6 months old.
Oh,
And we
they
owned,
brought you. They didn't leave you in Highland.
that's right.
You are a keeper.
Yes. And they, of course, were up here on weekends. They were weekenders for a long time until my dad retired from the Ethel Corporation. They made the Ethel anti-knock formula
I don't know.
in the early years till they found out it was dangerous to put in cars. So anyway, they closed down. Ethel Corporation was closed down, and they couldn't manufacture it or test it. But he was a test driver for the Ethel Corporation for
Are
many
you
years.
doing all right? We have to check with our fabulous photographer
Sure.
folks. We know you're going to bear with us. That's all right.
Sure.
Okay.
So anyway, I left San Diego Junior Chamber of Commerce, went to Yuma, Arizona, of all
Whoa,
places.
you got out of California.
You betcha.
How about that?
I moved to the next state, and I became general manager of the Yuma County Chamber of Commerce.
Wow.
And then I started the Yuma County Convention Bureau and transferred over to that organization. And then I moved to Oxnard.
Gee, beautiful Oxnard, the
and-
armpit of America.
And yeah, that's right. And that's the guttural sound. It's Oxnard.
Oxnard, yes.
Yeah, but it's the Oxnard
But they got
brothers.
the strawberries.
They got best strawberry. In fact, I have some in my refrigerator now.
Oh, God, they got the
My
best
granddaughter
strawberries.
brought them down. Oh, they're so sweet and
Yeah, they're
good.
so good.
And anyway, and then I went back to Yuma and became manager of the Yuma Golf and Country Club.
Golf and country.
Country
Did you
club.
play golf?
No,
Okay.
I golfed once
Well, I did
in 5 years.
I have my life once.
Yeah, but it was fun. So anyway, it was really.
So how long
neat.
were you at that golf?
5 years at the golf course.
And then you came back here?
No, I opened up a couple of restaurants in Yuma, Mexican restaurant and a spaghetti factory,
The ones like they have now?
like they have now.
Okay.
Only they forgot to copyright it in outside of California.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had the old spaghetti factory,
I'll be darned.
and it was really neat.
Gosh.
So I had the restaurant business, and anyway, then I started to get drafted for the Korean War.
What do you mean started?
Well, my name was up to get drafted, and they were drafting everybody as fast as they can and shipping them directly to Korea. And I really didn't want to go to Korea at that time.
But you would have traveled.
I know it. So what I did is I joined the Air Force.
Aha, okay.
And I joined it to see the world. I thought, man, I could fly everywhere.
Sure.
And just be neat. Born in San Bernardino, and went to basic training in Northern California.
You did.
Pleasanton, California.
Oh my, way up there.
Way up there by San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I really enjoyed that. And lo and behold, I was transferred to, guess where?
Probably San Diego.
No, to the Air
March?
Force Base in Riverside.
You really traveled the world.
So anyway, I came back to March Air Force Base and was there all 4 years. Tried to get on shipments to
My
get out
goodness
of
sakes.
the out of California, and never did. Spent all 4 years.
But you went to Arizona.
Yeah, earlier. And I got the Purple Heart for fighting the freeway traffic from
Well,
San Bernardino to
that's
Riverside.
more than I got.
Yeah. But that was something. And my job was to write speeches for the commanding general of the 15th Air Force.
Is that right?
So that's all I did. I just, whenever he went out to speak at an engagement, he'd call me in and said, I have to speak before this group. Here's what I want to tell them. Write my speech. I'd write his speech, and I'd fly with him, and he'd say what I put together.
Right.
Which is really cool.
Well, that's nice. Good to hear.
Yeah. So anyway, that was my stint at George Air Force Base.
That was 4 years you were in there?
4 years. And I'm not a military guy, so I'm a promoter more than anything.
You're a good businessman.
Yes.
You are.
Yes, I've owned several businesses here in Big Bear, and
When
very
did you
successful.
acquire the Cowboy Steakhouse from, what's her name?
I started the Cowboy Steakhouse.
Yeah, but who was it that, the gal that she opened a restaurant where Images used to be, remember that?
Oh, yes.
What was her
I can't
name?
think of their
She
names.
was into horses, she was quite a horsewoman.
Yes, they had the Gold Rush.
The Gold Rush after you, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was before me.
Oh, before
And then,
Steakhouse?
and then
I got it
they
backwards.
were, just before the earthquake in '92,
Right.
they moved to the former Imagers Market,
Which is now Taco Bell.
which is now Taco Bell.
Right.
And anyway, I really enjoyed.
You and your son
everything.
had that, and that was a heck of a place
Yeah.
to eat. Oh, that was good.
Yeah, I started it in 1991 out at the Bitten Spur,
That's
out at
right.
the Moon Ridge Triangle.
Right.
And Mike Montepara owned the Bitten Spur, and he did not have food, he only had a bar.
Right.
So I talked him into letting me open up the Cowboy Steakhouse.
But he had a little bit of kitchen too there.
Yeah, a little
It was
kitchen.
tiny, yeah.
And then in '92, the earthquake shook everything apart in the kitchen.
Right.
And he really didn't want to fix it up. He said, no, you have the lease on it, you have to fix all the
Sure.
leasehold improvements. So anyway, that's when we moved over to where the Cowboy Steak is now. Steakhouse is
And then
now.
you left from there, you went over to Sandy's, which has now changed names again.
No, it's still Sandy's Sports Bar.
No.
Oh, is
They have
it?
a new sign out front.
Oh, do they
Yeah.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I forget what they call it, but it doesn't say Sandy's.
Well, I'll have to take a look at
It
that.
didn't say it last Saturday when we went by. Maybe they changed it.
Probably. Well, you know, I haven't been out.
Yeah.
I have been
Well, you and I
second-
go out, but these people don't know that.
I know it.
See, our secret is out.
That's right. And then after Sandy's, I opened up the North Pole Fudge Company
Right, on Pine Knot Boulevard.
in Pine Knot, which
The
is
best
still highly
fudge,
successful. I sold Sandy's. I sold the North Pole Fudge Company.
And you also had that the Super Shopper.
Yeah, the shopper. We started, that was my first venture up here.
I have the original one. I showed it
in
to you.
1980, yeah.
Yes. You were
My
such
son
a
and
young
I-
man. They had a picture of him on there. I have it.
That's when I was really young.
No, you're still young. Yeah, that's right. You had that. And your son, you had the restaurant. And
Right,
then from there you went to Sandy's, right?
right.
Okay. When did you get rid of Sandy's?
In 97,
No, okay.
and then I opened up the North Pole Fudge store, and that's the one I regret selling.
Really?
That was the sweetest business in
Yeah,
the
I
world.
bet it was. I was good fudge, I'll tell you that.
And they still have it. Tracy and Adolfo have it now, doing extremely
Yeah, I
well.
hear it's still
I'm so
good.
happy for them.
Yeah.
They work really hard. They're probably the hardest store owners, or hardest working store owners in the village.
Right.
They just work their hearts out. And because of that, they're highly successful.
Yeah, well, that's good. You have to be.
That's
but You know,
right.
you have to put in the hours. Now, when did you join, if you will? We were still, Channel 6 was still up there by Napa, right? When
Yeah,
you
right next
started
to
there.
Napa. Chuck
Is that when
Foster
you
had
started
it. It was
there?
TV6 then.
Yeah.
Kids TV.
You didn't do it under the bowling alley. You weren't with him then.
No, I
That's where
did
he
it
started.
the month he moved to by Napa.
Okay,
We
okay.
moved right next door to Charter.
Right.
It was Falcon Cable
That's
then.
right.
And it was the best years of
I know, Channel
TV6.
6. Yeah, it was.
it
a lot
was,
of
he
fun.
had so many kids working there, as interns, high school kids, and
Some of them are doing very well in that field. That's one thing we got to give Chuck Foster was he was a good teacher.
that's right.
Yeah.
They learned
They
well.
learned
They
well.
were camera people. They were set designers.
Yeah, he knew,
They
he
did
knew
everything.
He knew his
It was
job.
really
He was a excellent
good.
teacher. And so from there you were upstairs where we are.
Yes, then we moved, I don't know, what, 8 years ago,
I
10
forgot.
years
I
ago,
forgot now.
on the third floor
On
of
those
the village
35 steps,
trading
I don't
post.
miss them things, I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
3 floors. And then, of course, lately, on February the 1st, I had a minor stroke.
You never know it.
Never know it. I'm so blessed, folks, I tell you. God
Well-
has been so good to me.
Well, you're on a lot of people's prayer chain.
I know it.
Hi there.
Yeah.
I think he's telling us we have 5 minutes.
I think so. He's holding his 5 fingers up.
You did remember to push record, did you?
Yes.
Because if you don't, there's the door.
Oh, the red light's on.
Okay.
So anyway, but I'm getting back. It only affected my left hand.
But it didn't. You're doing fine.
I know it. And my left foot. And so I was really a couple months on a wheelchair,
Isn't that
then on a
awful?
walker, then on a cane.
I keep
and
telling you
now-
to get off of that cane. That's one of the worst things you want to do.
I
You don't
know.
get your balance.
Well, you have your Corvette.
I have my Corvette. Yeah, I get on.
Which
I will
is-
not go on a cane because because if you lose your balance, you get nothing to hang on to.
That's
You're
right.
Down on the floor, and I don't need that.
That's right.
I'm much too young.
That's for sure. And at our age, our hips break very
Anything,
easily.
anything. You break your arm, your
Yeah,
leg. Yeah,
so
no, we don't need
We've
that.
got to be
Are
careful.
you going to wave at us again? No?
No,
how
pretty
much
soon.
time do we have, sweetheart? We have 4 whole
Oh,
minutes.
yeah. So anyway, I'm just so blessed. I'm back on TV on Wednesdays.
Yes,
I do the Wednesday show. They have a different host for Good Day America. Good Day America.
That's me.
Good Day Big Bear. They have a new host each day, and I have the Wednesday slot. I'm on at 7 o'clock,
And
and then they
repeatedly.
repeat it at 8 o'clock a.m., and then they repeat it again at 7 p.m. in the evening. So they get
But
their
you
fill
still
of me.
but you still keep us all up to date on what's going on. You
Yeah.
managed to get out. I know your valet chauffeur photographer there takes you around.
John Bryan, an old
And-
friend.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's really old, too.
I know he is, but he won't
You know.
admit it.
I know. We've been friends for, I guess, about 30 years.
Oh my,
He
things will
lived
get
up
things
here
will
for a
get
while.
better, Ron.
I know things have got to get better. But bless
Oh,
his
dear,
heart,
dear.
he's.
Are
I
we
couldn't
almost
have-
out of time? I hope not.
No, not. We've
We
got
have
to.
3 minutes. What else do we want to tell people other than how blessed you and I are that we're still doing this?
Well, I know. I still try to get around, try to see what I'm going to do. Getting ready for another business update.
Ah,
About every 6 weeks, I like to
Yeah,
know
I know.
what's new in the valley.
right.
Well, then there's a lot of businesses that are new in the valley. In fact, yesterday, the Planning Commission had a public hearing for another nightclub in the village.
Oh, is that the western one?
No, it's called the Club Bombay. It's right next to the Himalayan.
Oh, we're gonna go, John?
Yeah. And if you haven't been to the Himalayan,
Oh
folks,
my
it's
God,
really
that restaurant
good.
is excellent.
Excellent. But they have this nightclub and bar. So I don't know what they're going to do because right next to it is the new Venture nightclub
That's all
and
right.
bar. So we have two next door to each other.
That's a V for victory.
I know it.
Well, I know you keep us up to date, which I am so happy that you do.
Yes.
You know, I check on you every so often, make sure you're still around, not chasing those women up and down the road.
That's right. I live at the senior apartments.
Yes, Mountain Meadows.
Yes. And some of those women, you know, they're in
They're
there.
out to get you. You got to watch them,
I
John.
know.
You keep your eye on this.
I got to be able to be faster than they are.
Yeah, that's why. Get away from the cane. Use your.
I use my walker.
We've got to name your walker the Hot Harley.
Oh, okay.
Hot Harley. Put it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Oh, we're about ready to say goodbye. Ron, thank you so
man.
much, my dear.
Thank you.
And if we need a session 2, we'll have one, right?
Yeah, we'll have one.
Thank you all. Thank you, Ron, mostly Ron, and John. He did a pretty good job. Don't start or carry rumors. They're bad. They hurt people. Be nice to everybody. Everybody stay well. Be blessed the whole year. Take care of everybody. And until next time, we'll see you later, okay?